My boyfriend has been secretly eating hot dogs because the lunch I pack is not enough.
Hot dog!
That doesn't like
That's an upside down cheeseburger.
It is. There it is.
Oh, man!
I recognize that this sounds insane from the post title. My boyfriend, 41 male, and I, 35 female, have been together for almost 3 years. We have what I would describe as a pretty solid relationship. We have enough similar interests to enjoy activities together, but enough divergent ones that we also have full, complete lives outside of the relationship. We already spend almost every night together and the plan to move in together when his lease is up in the fall. We work about 3 miles from each other and on some days carpool depending on schedules. Typically during the work week, I get up and make breakfast and pack our lunches. This has been ongoing since probably 6 months in. Usually, for breakfast, I don't do anything crazy: oatmeal, cereal, scrambled eggs, and toast. Normal breakfast stuff. For lunch, I pack sandwiches, chips, or pretzels, some sort of fruit, and a couple of days a week. A sweet treat.
Love me a sweet treat.
Sweet tweet. Okay, so far, this is what I've got.
What is that?
It's 41 male, 35 female, 3 years, solid. That's what this is. This is a solid. Separate but equal. This is all their lives. This is what they do separately and together and separate. They've got carpool, which is a shared responsibility. They share all kinds of responsibilities. And they got normie breakfast.
It's so weird because
It's like Normie Reedus.
Normie and the Reedus.
I guess I just don't retain anything I read because
Half of those I didn't remember.
that's crazy. How did I do that?
I don't know. Keep going.
I always make his portions larger than mine, and he's never complained before about any of it. By the way, this comes from Forsaken by Hot Dogs. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give some good advice in a little goofy way, but we don't have all the answers. Why are you erasing it with your toes, you freak? We don't have all the answers. We would only tell you what we would do in this situation, but let us know what you would do down in the comments.
You literally put your feet in like the cookie jar today.
No one was eating out of the cookie jar, and it wasn't even a cookie jar.
Yeah.
As OP says, today we went to lunch and stopped at a nearby park. I was sitting across the picnic table from him when I noticed some yellow on his shirt and made a comment. You have yellow on you, joke.
You have yellow on you, joke.
I don't get it.
He looked over and scratched it away. There was a lot of it, and I mindlessly said, Did you take a mustard bath before lunch? And he just turned bright red.
Now he's turning ketchup.
That was the ketchup.
We're on it.
That was the ketchup. Guys, I just got it like 5 minutes after. After some questions as to why he was embarrassed, the truth came out. I don't make him large enough meals, and almost every day for the past 2 or so years, he takes his 15-minute morning break and walks to a nearby convenience store where he purchases what can only be described as a second breakfast hot dog.
Second breakfast hot dog.
What is he?
I would love that.
He's a hobbit. He's Jennifer Coolidge as a hobbit.
I've got to have my second breakfast hot dog.
Ugh,
Oh, yeah.
yum. I love hot dogs, so I'm all in for this.
I love a hot dog.
I recognize this sounds ridiculous, but I am so hurt and upset that he has been starving all this time and never wanted to say anything.
Why would you be hurt and upset? He's the one starving to death.
Of course.
My baby boy did not get his second breakfast hot dog.
Say, oh, baby, I'm so sorry. It hurts me so deeply that you've had to eat second breakfast hot dogs for years.
Oh, please, Bobby, it's fine.
Yes.
Yes, quite.
There's truly no issue here. Whatever.
Of course, now I am embarrassed because he thinks it is all the funniest thing to ever happen, but I am really, really bothered that instead of sharing his discomfort with me like a normal person, he just had a mid-morning hot dog for months on end. The conversation eventually ended up with us both mad. Me for what I feel is deception. Him for what he feels is me blowing this all out of proportion.
Yo, I'm on team mid-morning hot dog, dude. Like, what are we talking about? You've deceived me. The hot dog of deception was not on my, not on the table for me. I'm sorry. You've deceived me with your processed meat.
He's paying for it. Yeah, he's paying for it. He's buying extra hot dogs. Did OP want a hot dog too? I don't
He
know.
just didn't want to make her feel bad and feel like she
Yeah.
wasn't doing it correctly.
Yeah.
So instead, he's like, I'll just, whatever. She doesn't make enough. I'm not going to make it a big deal for
Truly.
her. It seems like, honestly, in any situation, it was a lose-lose. Because you'd be like, oh, actually, could you make, some more? Because I just, I don't know. I've been getting really hungry and feel like this just isn't enough for me. And she'd be like, what? I don't pack you the right amount for lunch? Like, it would be that.
Why wouldn't
But
you
now-
ever tell me?
Yeah, but now he's like, oh yeah, I've just been buying hot dogs because the lunch is great. I eat all of it. I just also need some more after because it just doesn't fill me up all the way. And she's like, well, if you would have just told me that, well, why you're reacting this way is crazy.
Truly, it is a lose-lose.
Yeah, it feels like she was gonna be pissed either way, so no one wins.
Yeah, that would be the issue with my girlfriend. She'd be like, you're eating a hot dog before noon every day for 2 years? Stop doing that.
It would make sense because we have 5 different types of ketchup now.
We do. Condiment, man.
Do I just ignore it, or is this indicative of bigger problems? And there's an edit. He is the one who said he was starving, not me. There's a whole lot of focus on that word choice, so I wanted to clarify. I appreciate everyone's thoughts. There are some relevant comments. Why didn't the boyfriend say anything before? OP responds he usually avoids conflict until it's at his breaking point.
There is no conflict.
Yeah.
He's just eating he's just eating a little hot dog. This is just a daily dog, babe. Now you're mad that I'm having my daily dog? Come on. Trademark, daily dog.
This guy's just trying to be Joey Chestnut. If no one knows who Joey Chestnut is, that's the guy who downs dogs like there's no tomorrow.
Wait, is that the...
Yes. That's the Glizzy Goblin.
No, it's not that guy.
Oh, it's
She's
not.
thinking of the guy who goes, I'm just saying. And
Yeah.
then he inhales a hot dog.
Vincent showed me
No.
that and
No,
could
no.
not, was in tears laughing.
I mean,
was
it's,
like,
just, it's at the end of the day, same. But Joey Chestnut is like the world reigning hot dog.
He's a
guy.
professional eater.
Joey Chestnut?
Joey Test.
Yeah,
Joey Chestnut.
yeah.
Joey Test Chest.
Doughy Chestnut. Doughy test this nut. I guess A, I don't want to push someone to a breaking point when I am completely unaware, although I guess it's not that big of a deal to him. And B, holy crap, he needs to get his cholesterol checked.
Yeah, that one more than anything, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I realize, well, I mean, not that I realize. I just feel like, who cares? But, maybe I'm just not reading into it.
Yeah, I think as someone said a little earlier in the chat, I can see why maybe he didn't tell you about this.
Yeah, right?
But was him not telling you about this what ended up making you upset in the first place?
I don't know. It's
Because you were deceived by the dog.
I mean, would you be upset if I always went to convenience store, or same thing with Carly? Would she be upset if I went to said convenience store and I got a little snack and didn't bring her anything?
Oh, didn't bring her anything. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But also,
this is more just she's underpacked lunch every day for 2 years and didn't know it.
yeah. And if I were to have this conversation with my significant other and they told me that, I'd be like, why didn't you just say anything? What? You've just been starving. You've been letting me starve you. What the heck? And then I'd be like, okay, well then what else would, should I start packing you hot dogs? Is that what's going to make this better?
Bro, are you okay? You're eating mid-morning hot dogs for every day. What?
It's just,
Are you okay?
Oh, there's an update. So I read everyone's comments and found most people thought I was overreacting and a handful thought I was a psycho witch. By the end of the day, I was feeling pretty bad.
Which is also your husband's.
Some points of clarification. It was not the consumption of hot dogs that bothered me. It just seemed really weird to me that this was a 2-year habit he had never mentioned to me before.
What's he supposed to do? Walk out the door, be like, bye, babe, love you, going down to get my morning glizzy.
And she'd be like, what? What was that? What'd you say?
Oh, I said I'm on my way down to the corner to scarf down a hot dog again. I love you.
What, are you cheating on me? With the hot dog man?
Told you about that.
Not Glizzy Central. That's 500 times this has happened and it never came up. Girl, you're looking way too into it. It's fine. It's he could be out there cheating, but you're mad at him just getting some extra lunch.
Is this a form of cheating, though?
No!
Yes.
You're just saying that to be a...
He's cheating on his doctor, clearly. because no doctor would be cool with you eating 500 corner store hot dogs in the course of 2 years. That's not cool, dude. What are your insides made out of right now?
Hot dog.
Your
He's
blood
pure
vessels
hot
are
dog.
just made out of nitrates.
He knows that I have a chai latte obsession. I don't tell him every time I go get one, but he's aware that I hit up the coffee shop, and sometimes he stops by for me. I would have reciprocated is all. So you're saying, yeah, if he would have told me he was going to, so you feel left out.
I'm saying,
so
like I said,
dumb.
I brought this up earlier. It's the
What?
thing of he's going down to the corner store, getting him a sweet treat, or for himself, second breakfast. I want to hang out. So I want to get a cool second breakfast
I don't
treat.
even think that's what it is. She's just saying, like, I would have gotten you your hot dogs if you would have just told me you wanted them. Why would you do this? And he's like, well, I would just get them. What? Is this bad? Are we fight? Is this a fight now? Why are you doing this?
Also, yeah, this Kim Roberts brings it up. I'm just impressed this is the first time he dropped something on his shirt.
It's true.
500 times. Let's just say 500 times. This has happened, more or less. And you've never seen like a ketchup stain or like breadcrumbs.
Hey, no matter how good of a pro you are, you're never gonna bat 1,000.
Hey, batting 300, pretty good.
This guy's batting 999.
Yeah.
We are both detail-oriented people, so oftentimes we discuss the minutia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We discuss the minutia of our days. I don't care what he eats. I am not trying to portion control anything or be his sole source of food. Most people seem to think I am a control freak. I'm not. He initially was defensive about the secret hot dog parties and told me I was starving him. I got upset because I just wished I had known. I am not a crazy person who would have been mad. I would have just asked if he wanted more food or if he was fine with a mid-afternoon snack. I did not really ban hot dogs in my home due to a tragic dachshund accident. Come on now. Anyway, I don't guess much of that matters now because things have taken a turn for what I perceive to be the worst. Like I said, I was feeling like a poop heel at the end of the day, so I stopped by the grocery store on my way home and bought him 3 cans of Vienna sausages, which I presented with a verbal apology to him before dinner.
You didn't even get the right ones. Who gets Vienna sausages?
I used to eat them a lot as a kid.
I don't really know.
You don't know Vienna sausages?
They're little canned weenies.
They're little canned weenies.
Little canned weenies.
They're so. Oh,
They're
I used to eat
canned?
that with
They're
rice.
canned weenies.
Filipinos.
And this,
My Filipinos know that was like a come up meal. That was good.
Before I get more mean messages about meat choices, I know Vienna sausages are not hot dogs. I just thought they were funnier. He laughed and we moved on.
He probably went, "Yay, snack time."
He went,
oh yeah.
During dinner, which was not Vienna sausages in case you wondered, we were talking about everything and I mentioned the original post I had made and he asked to see it. So he read it while I was cleaning up my kitchen, and when I got done and went into the living room, he was sitting there with tears in his eyes. I asked him what was wrong, and he took a deep breath and told me that he felt bad so many people had told me I was off the deep end.
This is all out of nothing, guys. This is crazy. This is over corner store hot dogs,
This is the dumbest thing we've ever read.
and I love it.
He's like, I didn't know you went through all that.
I would have never eaten 500 hot dogs from the corner store if I knew the entire internet would tell you you're crazy. I'm so sorry, babe. Can we make up and roll around in some hot dogs?
You know what, babe? I know our next vacation. We're taking a trip to Vienna.
And I'm bringing my sausage.
Where the sausage is made.
Yeah. You step off the plane at the Vienna airport and you go, huh, so this is where the sausage gets made. And then you just get back on the plane.
I was really confused by this point, so I asked him why he felt that way. Turns out the reason I didn't know about his daily hot dog is because he has been meeting an ex there to take their morning break together.
Oh my God. Oh no. This is so
So the case unfolds.
So it's not all innocent. He wasn't just
Oh.
hiding dogs from you. He is a dog.
They were dogs of shame.
Ah.
Dogs of shame.
Wow, he is now turned into a snake in the grass.
Or a hot dog in the can.
I'll tell you where this guy's gonna be moving forward. He's in the hot dog house.
Ooh, hot dog house. Get your hot dogs in the house.
You had that ready.
I did
didn't you?
not.
Get it locked and loaded. The girl is his college sweetheart who stayed in the city after school. They broke up years before we even met, so I only know of her abstractly. He has always spoken fondly of her, and according to him, they just grew apart. However, it seems that she has a job working nearby the convenience store he frequents, and once they realized via Facebook, I knew they were friends on there. It did not bother me. See, I am not controlling!
Fair.
They were working in close proximity. They decided to meet up at the store. So they go there 4 or 5 days a week, get their snacks and chat. He says it's just been talking. She's got a boyfriend. He says they don't really talk about their actual lives. They just shoot the breeze. I asked him why he didn't tell me about this before now, and he said he didn't think it was a big deal.
Shut up. Yeah, you did. That's why you didn't say anything.
Literally.
Worst lie ever.
Yeah. But that he also didn't want me to ask him about it or be suspicious. So it is a big deal. You're an idiot. Oh, the mustard was her mustard. Oh, no. Was the mustard not mustard?
Oh no, Lady Mustard.
Oh.
Don't ruin mustard.
I don't know. I feel like having secret ex-girlfriend meetings that happen to include hot dogs is a lot different from having secret hot dogs. By the way, you can eat a hot dog and listen to full episodes of stories just like this by going to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just searching up OK Storytime. Oh, yeah.
Like the 4th of July.
So much for hot dogs. Hot dogs are canceled.
Yeah.
We're leaving
Now I
hot
got a
dogs
bad
behind.
taste in my mouth.
Hot
And
dog.
it's not from the Vienna sausage. I don't like how this is panning out at all. And, you know, LP, I was against you because I thought you were a little cray-cray. But maybe, you know, just this one time I'll take your side.
It was always more than just about the hot dogs.
Yeah, that's why his face got all red and whatever. Like, he wasn't embarrassed about the hot dogs. He was more embarrassed, you know.
Well,
He's like,
hold
"Ooh,
on.
I've been seeing
Theory.
this
Hold on.
Kim Fine says this is like a triple entendre. Secret meetings.
Ryan
Secret
Seacrest.
meeting.
If you're willing to scarf down corner store dogs
For a lady
in
friend.
front of a lady on the daily, you eat a hot dog every day in front of this woman, I think that has to automatically mean that you're kind of not going after it.
Oh.
If you're going to just scarf down a mid-morning hot dog 5 days a week for 2 years, you are not pursuing that person romantically. You are letting them see you at your least desirable. Scarfing a hot dog before the cock crows noon.
Before the cock crows noon.
Hot dog.
So, but it is weird that he kept it from you. That's the problem now. That's the problem we're in.
Yeah. Imagine if you just would have given him enough food. He would have never had to go to the convenience store. This would have never happened. It's all OP's fault. All right, I got some more here. So I guess the update is that I am still upset, although I feel like now things are maybe more justified. I tried to not overreact, told him that this was all pretty effing weird, that he has hung out with an ex, briefly as it may be, daily for nearly 2 years without mentioning it.
Yeah, you could say that.
He said he didn't have any intention of stopping his morning chats with the ex, so I needed to learn to deal with it.
Okay. It's time for you to start talking to your ex every day
Yeah.
in secret.
And what? Have chai lattes with him?
I don't know, dude. Like, it's crazy for him to not acknowledge that this is not cool.
He knew it was wrong. The hot dog thing was just convenient, but he knew what he was doing was wrong
Yeah.
by not telling OP. Yeah, I'm going down to the corner store getting a hot dog. One lie. Or, you know, that was one lie. But then I'm also hanging with my ex at said convenience store. That's 2 lies. 500 times. Times 2. That's 1,000 lies. Ooh.
Ooh, I agree with Christina. She should meet them at the store.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be like, "Oh, no,
Yeah, see how he behaves.
no.
I don't know. I honestly just feel really sad and gross right now. Also, he left the Vienna sausages at my place. Relevant comment, ZoomZoom42 says, and he said he didn't think it was a big deal. I call BS here. I think it is quite the opposite. There is more going on here than just eating a hot dog. OP responds, the more I think about it, the more I'm sure she's been the one eating hot dogs, if you know what I mean. Oh!
Oh, no.
Yikes. Gross.
I don't like this anymore.
He's sticking his hot dog in a bun.
No.
After stewing all day, I'm done with it all. Deleted says, additionally, he's been meeting up with her on the sly for 2/3 of your relationship. OP responds, yeah. And somehow it never came up. It's way too suspicious for me to get over. I am seriously considering taking a photo of a hot dog and writing "it's over" on it to send as a breakup text.
Put ketchup on it. Actually, make it really cool. Do "it's over" in condiment writing on your hot dog.
Yeah.
This is really making me want a dog.
It really does kind of make a lot of sense that
I want a dog, baby.
you can't move past this if he's not going to own that it's wrong and he's known it was wrong. And if he won't do that, I think there needs no more.
Yeah. Time to be done with this man, because he obviously has been hiding this from you, and that's an issue. Waiting for a Dragon says, weirdest update ever, but yeah, that is really strange, and I would be extremely disturbed if I heard that. OP responds, my thoughts exactly, and if I hadn't noticed the mustard on him, would he ever have told me? It's all so gross.
Well, thank God for mustard.
That's true. Thank God mustard is really hard to get out of Clue.
Mustard. It's Clue.
Wow,
There's
and
Clue in the mustard.
Mustard.
this is all weird. And he's obviously maybe hasn't cheated yet, but obviously he's going to meet up with her because he likes her or has a
This is
thing
just-
for her.
Even if he says he doesn't like her, says, okay, it's all pretty chill. We just have very meaningless conversations. You're still doing it behind OP's back.
Exactly. And that's the sussy baka part.
Hmm.
Oh, gross.
I don't like how he just continues to be like, oh yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. But then he, reads the post and is like, oh, feel bad for me. I'm so sorry. I've been doing all this.
Quick, give it a top hat.
It's a clue.
Quick, give it a top hat.
That's Bill Cipher.
Yeah.
Do you leave the hot dog man?
Do you leave him?
Yeah, I would. You know why?
think
If my partner was
I
going
leave
to
the
the
hot
corner
dog
store
man.
every day,
And meeting with an ex? Yeah. No,
meeting with an ex, yes, done. But also, they know I love food.
Not even bring
If
him
Carly, I would be more upset about the food part. I love food. Every time I go to said corner store, I'm like, you want a snack? You want something to drink? You want something fun? Something weird? I'm gonna get it for you. Jerky, chips, chocolate, something.
A hot dog.
I'm hungry.
I want a hot dog. Carly McGowan, hi honey, says, ooh, never. I don't even like hot dogs, and food would be the biggest betrayal. It's true.
But that's actually the end of that story. But we got another one coming right up.
I refused to shave my head for my boyfriend's sister, and now their family is furious.
You want me to be a bald person?
And there's a trigger warning here for C to the answer and extreme entitlement. It's CANCER. Apparently, we aren't allowed to say that because then all the social media platforms think we're trying to give medical advice, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I, 23 female, have been with Matthew, 25 male, for 3 years now, and we have a perfect relationship. I know everyone says that, but it really is true. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. I've only met his family a few times because they live pretty far away, and my boyfriend had a huge falling out with his father a couple of years ago. They have since patched things up, but it's still not the same as it was, Harry Styles. Matthew is not particularly close to his sister because she's 12 years younger than him, and he doesn't see her that often. Of course, he still loves and adores her, but they're not a very close family. Jessica has the big C, and as a result has lost all of her hair. Matthew is devastated, obviously, and has been going to visit her more often. I've only seen her a few times since, because of work commitments. I have been down twice alone without Matthew to visit her in the hospital. She's a lovely young girl, and I'm devastated for her and their family. Jessica is home at the moment, and Matthew's mom called last Friday and asked if we could go over there. Upon arrival, Matthew's mom whipped out a pair of scissors and shavers and said that the whole family was shaving their heads for Jessica. My job is modeling. I have very thick natural auburn hair that reaches my waist.
Oh, wow.
By the way, this comes from user BFBaldThrow, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Savannah.
I'm Keon.
And we're going to read the story, and we're going to have our things to say. It's advice. It might be good, might be bad. Who knows? We're not perfect. But let us know what you would do in the comments, because we can't hear you. OP says, it's one of the reasons that I'm fairly successful. My long, booty-length hair. It's one of the reasons I can afford to pay the bills. I couldn't model without my hair. So I respectfully and politely declined, telling them that it would be detrimental to my career. I don't have 2 jobs. I don't have a backup. This is my job. It's my moneymaker. If I couldn't model, I don't know what I would do. Matthew immediately got angry, insisting that this is more important. And while I agree that sentimentally and emotionally this is far more important, I cannot afford to lose my hair. I have to think logically about this, otherwise I won't have a roof over my head. Matthew's mom was very upset and proceeded to tell Jessica that I wouldn't shave my hair because I am vain. All right, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. I'm saying, well, this is all very emotionally charged. I understand this is a terrible thing, and I wish I could help. But again, I would not be employed anymore, so I'm going to go. I'm sorry. I think I break up with my boyfriend over this, too, because it's just crazy.
Yeah, because I would say if your hair is not really a big part of your job or like, what's going on, sure, do it. I would do it. But if this is your career and you're a model and hair is your thing, if someone asked me prior, I'd be like, do you mind doing this? Like, it's an option. I think a lot of people are doing it. Everyone's doing it in the family. But like the fact that everyone's ostracizing you because you can't do it.
I don't like how they're kind of like forcing her and being like, oh, well, if you don't do it, you're a bad person. It's like,
It was
okay,
an ambush.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but... And it doesn't even have to do with, like, her career. Yes, her career is on the line because, like, not that she's not going to get work after that, but the thing is, you have to get new headshots. And that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and
like,
if you're
all this
booking
stuff, like,
work because you're known as the person with the really long hair, yeah,
like,
it's going to change everything.
Yeah, imagine getting booked for, like, a, I don't know, like a Tresemme commercial or, like, L'Oreal, and then you can't do it because it's like, actually, I don't have hair. They're not going to hire someone with no hair for a shampoo or conditioner ad.
We
Sorry.
will put you in a wig.
Yeah.
Then will you have wigs? Anyway, I apologized to Jessica and explained my reasoning, and I went home. I have barely spoken to Matthew since it happened, as he says he needs space to consider if he wants to be in this relationship.
Ooh, over that?
Whatever,
After
dude.
the ambush? Yeah, I'd be like, all right, I'll consider for you.
Yeah, dude, I'd be like, you don't need to consider anything anymore. Consider us broken up, dude.
Consider it done.
I told him that I would do anything other than shave my head. I'll do a charity run. I'll raise tons of money, whatever I can possibly do, instead of shaving my head. But he won't listen. All he says is, how can you put your looks and vanity over my sister's illness? Because without it, I'd starve and lose my house. It's not a matter of being vain. It's my job.
And also, even if it wasn't my job, I still have a choice to be like, yeah, actually, I don't want to be bald. I don't know. I have bangs. You think I'm getting rid of these bangs? Think again, buddy.
Yeah, it'd be like if someone came to us and was like, my sister is losing her vocal cords, and in solidarity, we are taking a permanent vow of silence. We will only communicate via hand signs
And grunts.
and writing. And it's like, well, I literally talk for a living, so I can't do that.
They're like, ugh, you're so selfish.
Yeah, you're so selfish and vain.
Yeah.
Did I do the wrong thing? No. Edit. A few people have asked, so I'll copy and paste this from one of my replies. Matthew told me that Jessica is very upset and has told all of their family repeatedly that she hates me for having long hair and refusing to shave it for her. She's only 13 years old, though. I have a feeling that the family are perhaps poisoning her view, and of course, she's going to be having a difficult time as it is. I can't hold any grudges against a young girl in such an awful situation. And there's another edit. I am completely overwhelmed by the support here, so thank you a lot. I have read every comment, and most of them are very helpful and make me feel a lot better. But reading every comment? Do you have anything else to do?
Literally every single person says that in their Reddit post.
I've
read
you gotta
every
read a
single
lot
one.
of them. You read every single one. There's so many.
I read all the comments on Facebook.
I'm going to give it another few days, and then I'm going to speak with Matthew and his mom and Jessica. I'll be sure to post an update soon. Thanks again. Gosh, I hate threads with a ton of updates when there's no real update, but I feel the need to defend Matthew's family a little. They're not crazy people. They've always been absolutely lovely and kind and welcoming towards me. They were a normal, happy family before this happened. Their youngest member of the family, the innocent, sweet, vulnerable girl, is seriously ill, and there's nothing they can do about it other than try to make her happy. Of course, their view is clouded. Of course, they're not being rational. Matthew's mom has quit her job to spend more time with Jessica. They've spent every penny they have on gifts for her. I don't think they're crazy or bad people. They are just in a world of torment, and the only thing that makes it better is putting a smile on Jessica's face, and me shaving my head would have done that. If they don't come to terms with it and start thinking clearly soon, then I will agree with everyone, and I will call them crazy and run for the hills. But at the moment, I'm trying to be as supportive as I can to my boyfriend and his family, whose hearts are all broken. Put yourself in their shoes. And there is an update, but yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, again, I get the sentiment. I get what they're trying to do. They're going through a lot.
But shaving everyone's head isn't going to make it any better.
Yeah,
per se.
exactly. Like, I shouldn't be like, oh, if that little girl told me jump off a bridge. And like, yeah, she just wants you to do it to put a smile on her face. I'll be like, no. I know it's like different with your hair, but this is your career. I should have a choice, and you shouldn't be upset that I have a choice.
It's literally just like the one context that just goes, oh, okay, well, that's fair. That's fair. I guess you can't do that.
Also, you just can't force anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. Regardless of like, oh, it's going to affect my job. It's going to affect my life. It's going to affect, whatever. If they just, I don't know, don't want to do it, they have a right to not do it. Like, it doesn't even, like, I feel like everyone's, like, focusing on, like, well, she's a model. She needs her hair, blah, blah, blah. Even if she wasn't, I'm not going to shave my head. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to. I did at one point want to, like, completely shave my head because I thought I'd be beautiful. But then I was like, hold on. Let's get bangs first.
No, exactly. Like, if that girl said, anything that would make me happy is I want the world to burn. And the family goes, you know what? She's onto something.
Done. I'm
Yeah.
increasing the percentage of oxygen in our atmosphere right now. Once it hits critical threshold, I will ignite it.
The size of a tangerine.
The size of a tangerine. There's an update from a week later. I hope you break up. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I hope he's done.
Matthew contacted me saying that he had seen my Reddit thread. I'm not sure how. Well, probably on Reddit. He said that he was really sorry and that a lot of the commenters were right. He said that his view was clouded and he wasn't thinking properly. We spoke for hours and I forgave him. Okay, well, fine, whatever. I told him that I accepted his apology and that in the future, if there's a crisis, he has to try to be calmer and more reasonable. He agreed, and he's also agreed that him and his mom need some kind of counseling because they're obviously really struggling. So that was out of the way. We are still taking it slow. He wanted to speak to his family on behalf of me, but I requested that it was me that spoke to them. So I went over there and spoke to his mom and his auntie while Jessica wasn't home. I wore my hair plaited under a hat out of respect. Thank you to the Redditor who suggested that. As soon as I arrived, his mom, Kat, told me that she didn't want to argue and that she didn't feel the need to hear my explanation. She said, in almost these exact words, "This isn't something that I can be rational about. I hope that you can understand that. My world revolves around that girl, and I just want to make her happy. I'm sorry I expected too much from you, but I just want to let this go now. You are obviously a wonderful girlfriend to Matthew, and I hope that you can be a part of our family. But until Jessica is better, I'd prefer if you could not be around her. I'm sorry if that's rude, but she's really self-conscious about her appearance, and she hates being around such a young, healthy, beautiful girl with a full head of hair."
That's crazy.
That's not crazy. That's so understandable.
No, the mom.
Yeah,
The mom. The
yeah.
the girl, I totally understand. But the mom is like, I'm not going to be rational. And I get it. The mom is having her world collapse around her. But it's like looking at everyone with hair. Is like, shave it. Don't care.
I don't think that's what she's saying.
If that's what she's treating OP like.
I think what's ridiculous is she can't just go, yeah, sorry. She's not saying sorry. But it needs to be like, sorry, but like, yeah, I did that because I literally am not doing anything that she doesn't want. And that's irrational. And I know that. But that's what I'm going to do. So, and it does make sense that, yeah, like she's 13 and she sees you and it's like, oh, that's the thing I might not ever be able to be because I have serious illness.
But that's also not her fault that she's pretty and a model.
It's not, but it's like, yeah, it makes sense that the mom would be like, maybe don't be around because it's just a reminder that everything is terrible.
And I think
Well,
that's
then I guess she
fair.
can't be around anyone.
But I think that's fair. But like they came at the way I think they're coming at OP is very like, if you don't do it, you're worthless to us in a sense.
Yeah, they're making her, they're berating her and making her feel so bad about like not doing something that their daughter wants. I'm sorry that you have a terminal illness. I am not trying to take that away from. I mean, I'm not trying to take it away.
Oh,
but-
I'm not. Yeah, OP's not trying to gloat in the sister's face. And be like,
I don't think
oh, look
anyone's
what
saying
I
that.
have. Ha
Yeah.
ha. It's
She
just
literally
like,
came in with her hair hidden because she was like,
Right.
I
Well,
am trying to be so respectful without pushing you, stepping all over my
I
boundaries.
think the biggest thing for me is it's like don't explain because there's no way to explain. This is how I am.
That's
It's
what I'm
like,
saying.
Just
yeah.
let me talk.
That's what I'm saying.
Let
like the
me
way
speak.
the way the mom is talking to OP is just like belittling.
talking down to her.
Very
Yeah.
much so. And I'm like, I'll do anything for my daughter to be happy, and that's okay, but only within your control, only within your means that you can do that. You can't be forcing people around you to do what she wants. That's insane.
I agree with Scylla. Maybe the parents need to work with the daughter's insecurities and not treat everyone they know as villains. Yeah, just because like everyone else has it better than her. Like no, but this triggers me because I hate people. Like, it's going back to this one girl who I was with in track. Like, she didn't like me because I was too happy all the time. And it's like, that is not a me issue. Don't be like forcing your insecurities onto me. And like, I get the girl's 13, give her a break, whatever. I understand. Like, I'm not trying to be like, she's the villain, blah, blah. She's not the villain. She's a 13-year-old girl.
The biggest villain here is the C, the big C. Yeah, it sucks.
But they're making it everyone else's problem for some reason and projecting onto others. Like, if you don't shave your head, then, this person's going to pass away. And it's like, I don't have anything to do with the illness. I'm not involved in that. I just don't, like, what? It's crazy to, like, mix those two.
That again, that's the big issue here is OP would totally is like I will do anything to make her happy. That is it. Like I'll run a freaking 5K for her, anything but that. And they're like, no,
Yeah.
you're a villain.
I get that they
Go
want to
star
support
in a
her.
James Bond movie, you villain.
I get they want to support her and everything, but it's like, there is a point to where, like, when are we going to stop doing what she wants?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are we all supposed to get the big C? That's what's going to make this even and then everyone's on the same playing field? Like, sorry, things happen. Like, and that's horrible. It is a horrible situation. But also, none of us control that. And just, like, making us feel bad that she has this illness, I understand. But, like, I can't, like, now we should just, our entire world revolves around her now. That's it. Nobody has a life now. It's all this girl. It's all Jessica. Which I feel like Jessica's not doing that. That's the mom doing that.
There's
Just
got
wanna
to
make
be
that
some
clear.
kind of service that allows families to, navigate these kinds of things a little bit better. I still wanted to explain my side of the story, but she kind of cut me off a bit and pretty much said, yeah, I'm being ridiculous and I don't want to listen to reason because all I care about is seeing a smile on Jessica's face. So I just apologized for upsetting Jessica, accepted Kat's apology, and left. It wasn't really the discussion I'd hoped to have, but it was better than nothing. I also spoke to my agency about the situation and asked how they would feel about me cutting my hair. I knew they'd say no, but I wanted to ask anyway, and they did say no, but said that they would like to help in some way. I pulled a few strings and managed to arrange a photo shoot for myself, Jessica, and my niece, actually
Boom.
a friend's daughter, but she calls me Auntie.
That's actually very kind. As long as, like, it's maybe semi-free or, like, really discounted.
I'm
because
sure it is.
Obviously, that's a lot of money. But I think that would be a great idea to, like, have her, like, she could even wear wigs. Like, go buy wigs, have a fun photo shoot with, like, your family and your friends, whatever, blah, blah. Or just do it in your natural way.
Yeah,
that
I
would
would
be so
assume the
pretty.
photo shoot includes wigs.
I mean, maybe. You never know.
Matthew has told me before that Jessica is struggling to maintain friendships because she's constantly in and out of the hospital, and most of her friends are a bit wary of being around now. My niece is only a year younger than her, and I think they'd get along, so I thought it would be really nice and helpful for Jessica. I bought her a wig, similar looking to my own hair, and I went shopping and bought her a ton of makeup too. Let me just go ahead and guess this is going to horribly backfire.
Really?
That's my assumption.
I hope not.
It's because you're going to do this thing and then the mom's going to be like, I would have done that. Or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping that the reason she doesn't have many friends, I know they said like it's in and out of the hospital and stuff like that. I hope it's not the mom. What if she like went up and was like, you ought to shave your head if you're friends with her?
I hope it isn't the case what they did with OP. Like, oh, your friends won't shave their heads? They're not your friends.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, I'm putting myself in 13-year-old shoes, and like it probably would be a tough hang going over to Jessica's. I'm sure she's not doing great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the vibe is probably very subdued. And that's hard to be around as a adolescent. I don't know how to handle that probably. I don't know how to handle that correctly at that age. But that's not fair to Jessica. It just sucks. It always sucks. Yeah, I emptied the bank a little bit, but it's better than shaving my head and not working for 5 years. I called Kat again and asked if it was okay for me to come round. She declined at first, but Matthew spoke to her and she eventually agreed. I arrived wearing a bald cap, a few shades darker than my own skin, and Jessica found it hilarious. I spoke to her and told her that I was really upset that she had told Matthew that she hated me. She said sorry and told me that she was just jealous and upset. Yeah. I told her about the photo shoot and she was incredibly excited, gave me a hug, and wouldn't stop thanking me. Here's where Mom's going to get mad. We are going to have a makeover first, and then we're going to have several pictures with Jessica wearing a wig and several of us being bald because I want her to feel beautiful either way. It might be possible for me to share these photos with Reddit, but I have a feeling they would go viral, and I do not want my boyfriend or his family to be identified, particularly as a lot of people seem to think they're crazy and awful people, which is so dumb. There are a lot of trolls online, and I don't think the family could handle any kind of backlash. So I think it's kind of resolved for now. Jessica's happy, Matthew's happier, and Kat is at least accepting of the situation. I could have broken up with Matthew and walked away from this, and where would that have gotten me? I mean, you say that, but like, you truly don't know.
It's the what if.
Maybe you'd be better, maybe you'd be worse. It's
Can't
the
play that
Chinese
game.
horse proverb.
You'd be striking gold.
You can't play that game of what if.
Speed running the Chinese horse proverb. A horse breaks out of the stable, runs away in the middle of the night. So that's bad news. The guy goes, who knows? Horse comes back, brings 5 more horses. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's great. It's so cool. The guy's like, I don't know, it might be. Your son is trying to tame the new wild horses, breaks his leg. Everyone goes, oh my God, this is so terrible. The guy goes, could be. Next day, the army comes around. They're like, we're taking all of the military-aged males. And they don't take his son because his leg's broken. I don't know. You never know what's good. You never know what's bad. You never know what's better. You never know what's worse. That's why it's good to just live in the moment.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Jessica would still be upset. Kat would still be very angry. And I wouldn't have my supportive, beautiful, and amazing boyfriend in my life. I wouldn't stand for this again, but in the 3 amazing years of us being together, this is the only time he has faulted, and it was for an understandable reason. Also, people kept saying, this is how Matthew and his family deal with tragedy. He'll do this again. But I don't think these people understand that this is not just a tragedy. There is not much that can compare to losing a young, sweet daughter or sister to terminal illness. I guess the prognosis is very not good. I've been with Matthew for 3 years, and in that 3 years, we have dealt with tragedies. His good friend committed self-harm and stressful situations. He almost lost his job. And he has never acted like this before because this is more than tragedy. This is heartbreak and awful. I want to finish with 2 quotes that I read on Reddit recently. So I guess the mom isn't going to be terrible. Okay, this is good. This is a net positive, I guess. Years of love have been forgot in the hatred of a minute. And we judge ourselves by our intentions and others by their behavior. Facts. OP spitting facts. OP smarter than us. Long hair. More brain. Smart.
I want to be OP.
I am absolutely blown away by the amount of support. Thank you so much to everybody that has made a kind comment. Also, everybody who has shared their own stories. I've been crying off and on all day. Happy tears, mostly. Also, there were a couple of slightly rude comments because I said that I didn't know how Matthew found my post. He doesn't Reddit. He barely even spends any time on his computer at all. And never mind. Not many people know about the ins and outs of the situation, and I changed some small details to attempt to make it a bit less obvious. I'm terrified of being identified. So yeah, it was kind of surprising that he found the thread. I haven't had a chance to ask him yet, but I guess a friend must have sent it to him. Either way, it's not that important to me. Thanks again, everybody, and let's pray that I can make another update soon saying Jessica has miraculously recovered. And there is a second update. Let's keep the positivity train rolling. Yes! Yes!
Woo! Bring on the good vibes. Let's take a vacation to Vegas, baby.
Update 2. Myself and Matthew are completely back on track. He's been to therapy and is coping a lot better than he was before. Kat, his mom, is also going to group therapy, and she seems to be a lot better. The photo shoot was a little difficult. Jessica wasn't all that compliant. She didn't seem to like my niece, who was nothing but friendly, and it took her some convincing to actually take some photos without the wig. She didn't want many pictures of us together, mostly just of herself. We didn't get the photos on the day, and Jess sent quite a rude text asking when I was going to get them to her. I took the photos to her about a week later, and Kat asked if we could sit down and talk. She told me that she really appreciated what I'd done for Jess, but that Jess had been acting weirdly since. Apparently, Jess had been trying to speak and dress like me, and was refusing to take the wig off, which was giving her a pretty bad rash on her scalp. Understandable, though. Kat seemed quite annoyed that I'd gotten a wig similar to my own hair, and that was a mistake on my part, but she kept hinting that it was a cheap wig, or that it was made of synthetic hair, which kind of offended me. Anyway, I just brushed it off and spoke to Jess. I told her that she didn't need to wear her wig all the time, that she didn't need hair or makeup to feel beautiful, etc., but she got kind of rude and kept saying things like, "That's so easy for you to say, and you can lecture me when you have disease I have."
Oh, okay.
I'm not a parent, and this is clearly a wildly impossible situation to deal with as a parent, but I think this is kind of the byproduct of taking the approach of, once my kid is sick, anything under the sun, it will be done. And it can kind of rewire this terrible tragedy that has befallen them into this like, oh, well, this is my get out of jail free card. This is my get anything I want card. This is my shut up and I'm right card. And to some extent, yeah, you kind of do that, right? She's 13.
Again, this is the difference of like, listen, you can have ice cream every night, all day, every day, whatever you want kind of thing. You just can't talk to people like that kind of thing. There's a line. There is a line. And I get it. That's why I'm trying to put myself in the parent's shoes and like understand like this is a hard time, but it gets to a point of like, well, you're just allowing her to say that and you're like, and that's that.
Yeah.
Did it put a smile on her face? Good.
Yeah, you just kind of got to be like, well, you're right. And I'm sorry. And have a good day.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a little snippy with her. Terrible pun. Snippy. Scissors hair. Which I regret, and I told her that I didn't like her attitude now or during the photo shoot. She ended up crying, and Kat asked me to leave. She wasn't rude, but I could tell that she was upset with me. Yeah, correctly. So, I would say. When I got home, Matthew reassured me I hadn't been out of order or unfair. A few days later, his mom called and told us that Jess had thrown away the bald photos. I was really upset. So Matthew spoke to Jess and told her that she was being very unappreciative and rude. I received a text from Jess a few hours later with what seemed like a sincere apology to myself and to my niece. Then a few days later, I received another text from her asking if she could have another photo shoot. I called her and told her that I couldn't, as they wouldn't offer the same discount and I couldn't afford to pay for the whole thing myself, and she hung up on me. Then Kat called me and asked me, politely, but unfairly, I feel, to no longer speak to Jess, as it just keeps causing more trouble. And by the way, there are more full episodes with stories like this that you can listen to on your favorite podcast platform, iHeartRadio, or wherever you're listening to podcasts. Just search OK Storytime. We're coming up on the end of this story. Yeah.
I mean, this is just exhausting. I understand that she has an illness, and I understand they want to be able to, like, give her the best life possible, not knowing, what's going to be the outcome. But this is not how you go about it with her just being able to run everyone's lives.
Well, I mean,
sorry, but that's not it.
I
don't care how ill you are. You're not going to be rude to people who do nice things for you. Like, Opie went out of her way to, like, make you feel good, and you throw away the pictures. And I understand that you're 13 and, like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But it's just like, come on. And then the mom is just like, I think you need to go, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, why is she not getting, like, a talking to, punished, anything? Nothing. They're just letting her be like, oh, well, she's terminally ill, so she can do whatever she wants now. Is that the green card?
To some extent, yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, if the prognosis is she's not making it, I don't know. I don't know how to handle that. This is why I don't want kids. I don't know how to handle this. I would never be able to handle this. It would destroy me. So I don't think I can have those.
That's why he has me.
I would say do not make my life horrible and negative just because you all of a sudden have this like horrible or in this horrible situation. Like that's projecting. I don't care what it is. And, you know, call me heartless or whatever. Like, I do feel bad for this girl, and I know that she's going through a lot. And I know she's 13. That's horrific. No child should ever have to go through this. But you don't have to be mean to people. Like, it doesn't change your personality. Like, she's been this way. And now her parents are letting her get away with it even more because she's terminally ill. And they're like, well, we don't want to upset her. And it's like, no, actually put her in her place. Like, I don't care. I don't care at this point. Like, she's pissing me off. And I would call her out. And, you know, and that's what OP did. OP's like, that's actually really disrespectful from all the stuff that I've done for you this entire time. And now you're just going to sit here and be like, and pout and be like, I'm not getting my way. Okay, cool. That doesn't fix anything. That just makes you seem like you're ungrateful and a brat. Bye.
Again, there's got to be some kind of baked in therapy or counseling for, you know, childhood victims of this illness.
For sure, yeah.
I would
and I'm
lean
not trying
into that.
to like discredit her and be like,
no,
she shouldn't
I don't
feel this
think
way.
you are. I just think it's like, yeah, we are beyond the scope of reason because she's going through too much to do anything normally.
I like Kim Foyne says mom is setting her up for failure. The event she's going to beat the terminal illness, she's going to find herself healthier but alone. Because you've pushed everyone away.
She's also a 13-year-old girl.
Yes. And trust me, that has been a factor this whole time. But don't be ungrateful. Don't.
Yeah.
That pisses me off. And that's what the people I used to babysit. So ungrateful.
Anyway. So I haven't spoken to Jess or Kat since. Me and Matthew seem to be okay, but I'm worried that this may cause resentment between us later on in life, particularly if Jess gets any more unwell. I'm just taking everything as it comes and trying to stay out of it for now. I care a lot about Jess, but I also don't want to be taken advantage of, spoken to rudely, or blamed for problems that I couldn't help. I've tried my best with the whole family, but I can't seem to do much right, so I think it's for the best if I do distance myself from them. Sorry, this wasn't a happier update. If anyone does have any suggestions for how I can avoid resentment between myself and Matthew in the future, or how I can try to fix the distance between myself and his family, I would be really thankful. I don't think there is any more I can do, but there were a lot of really creative and helpful ideas in my last two posts, so it's worth asking. And that is the end of that story.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find any update from OP, but there was a comment from the original post from Ba Hamburger saying, you know, your photo shoot route is ultimately better than the shaving heads route. It's more important for her to feel pretty than for her to see other people as ugly. And I think that one was a really big comment.
I agree. Like, doing something special for yourself rather than having everyone cater to you. I don't know if she came up with that idea or the mom came up with the idea that everyone's going to shave their heads. And also, did everyone? We never, like, got an update, like, if they actually did or not.
I would assume they did.
I would assume that they did as well, but I don't know. No matter what situation you're in, you can still have a positive, like, communicative talk. Like, it never has to be projecting, oh my god, this and that and the other thing, blah blah blah. Like, it could just be a normal conversation you can have and just be like, yeah, I was mean and I'm sorry about that. Like, own up to it. Don't just hide behind your mom and, you know, all this stuff. I don't.
Guys, she's a 13-year-old. She's not going to know how to do anything the right way.
I know.
She's going to be upset that a beautiful person is around. She needs more mental support, clearly. She's not coping very well. She won't take the wig off. Like, that speaks for itself.
All right, we have another story coming up.
My boyfriend knew I was struggling and still chose a sports team over me.
All right, everybody, hear this guy out.
I, 21 female, am in a medium distance relationship with my boyfriend, 22 male. Medium distance meaning he lives in our hometown and I live about 2.5 hours away. This would make it relatively easy for us to see each other if only our schedules lined up better. By the way, this comes from Abject Quit 1417. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit.
Subreddit.
I'm Savannah.
I am Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to talk about some things, maybe give some advice. I don't know, but we do not have the answers. I'm telling you that. We do not know enough. But we're still going to give you our opinion. And we would love to hear yours down in the comments. As OP says, I'm a full-time student living with a few roommates, and I also work part-time. And he just works a part-time, almost full-time, 9 to 5. Okay? And lives at home with his parents to save money while he goes back to school next semester. On the random days where our schedules do line up, I'll usually make the 2.5-hour drive early in the morning to spend the day with him, and then leave late at night or earlier the next day. Whenever we have weekends free, we'll decide on who's driving to who, depending on if our main sports team is playing at home or not.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it?
What sport?
That's why I'm withholding my judgment. I need that.
We need to
Give
know.
me that.
This is huge.
Look on this person's account, see what other posts they've made.
Oh my god.
See where they're
They'll
from.
probably say it.
No, they're going to try to stay anonymous.
All right.
I can already tell it.
Keep
I
going.
can already smell it.
Now, here comes today. Because it's winter break, all of my roommates and friends in town have gone home until next year. I'm the only one still here due to my job, and it's always around this time that I get into a mild depressive episode because of how alone I am. Me. Today, my boyfriend doesn't have work, and neither do I, and I would have driven home like usual if I had someone to watch my cat, but I don't. My boyfriend then told me he planned on driving to a different town 2 hours away from him to go to a sports game for one of his favorite teams. He does this almost once a week, and I usually don't care because I'm working and it is one of his favorite teams. Today, however, I made the comment to my boyfriend that it would mean a lot to me if he came to see me instead, so I wouldn't be alone and we could hang out, as it is one of the rare days we both have off.
Okay, so it's probably football because he does it almost once a week. They only have one game per week during the season. It would make less sense if it was basketball or baseball because you could just go whenever. You wouldn't have to just go, but you only have one game per week and you only get 17 games during the year, so they're a very high value commodity. Depending on what team this guy supports, I might hate him.
Oh my god.
If it's a bird and
It's not looking good. If it's a
and
bird,
and
not
it
looking good at all.
flies.
Anything that flies basically is off the table.
Seagulls.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
We could still watch the game, but it would mean a lot to see him. He responded that we just saw each other a few days ago when I surprised him and that we'd see each other again eventually when I came back to town. I got upset by this, but he didn't understand why, and after trying to explain it and failing, I just gave up. Though he didn't get why, he did understand that I was upset, and he told me that he didn't really plan on going to the game anyways because he has to work at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Fast forward, he went to the game.
He was always going to the game. This guy's an Eagles fan.
He's still there.
No. Wait, could it be Wisconsin? Could it be Green Bay? I feel like there'd be more stuff about it being the winter, though.
It could be college football for all we know.
Yeah, who knows, man? I don't know.
He's still there now, actually, by himself. I don't know how to approach this. I don't know if the way I'm feeling is valid. He knows I'm angry and sad, and his only response is just, really. I don't know if I'm overreacting or not. I know I'm emotional and probably not thinking rationally, but all I can really do is cry and sleep. I feel like he just chose an effing sports team over me.
Well, it's not like you live next door.
It's true, but it's either drive 2.5 hours to see your girlfriend or drive 2 hours to see this football game. And he chose the football game.
Okay, yeah, that does
So-
kind of even it out a little bit.
Yeah,
huh?
so now it's like, I would be pissed too, but I also would be like, whatever, it's a guy, I expect this. That's how I rationalize it in my brain. A sports team he sees every week. I'm so alone here, and he knows how hard it is for me. He knows how much I'm struggling and how isolated I feel. And he instead chose to spend the day at home doing nothing and then leaving late at night to get to the game right at the start. I know I'm not thinking completely rationally, but I feel like I should at least be truthful to the way I feel. I feel hurt. Am I the a-hole? What do you think, guys? Let's hear the guy's opinion.
This is why medium, long distance, the blah, 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 blah relationships, I'm always like, it's ridiculous. Whatever, I know it can work, but it's like, then this stuff happens, and it's like, I can't just drive 2 hours to go console you when I want to do this. I want to do this. He wants to go to that game. You're having seasonal depression, and it's your day off. What would you do if you didn't have a boyfriend?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
Be
the good old.
sad
Yeah,
and
well,
alone.
exactly. He's like, yes, he should be there to help you, but he shouldn't be on call. Like, you knew he was going to go to the game.
Yeah, but it does read bad And if this guy is going to an Eagles game, you should break up with him. But like, if this is the problem, and it's like, then I don't think you should be in this relationship because he's 2.5 hours away from you.
What happens like the next time that happens? What happens like the following?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm making this guy an Eagles fan in my head, and he sucks, and you should break up with him anyway.
So if this was your guys' relationships, and your girl's like, you should come here, but you're like, oh wait, I got a game. I was going to the game. What would you do? You gonna go or you're not gonna go?
Well, what's the context of that? Has he gone to every single game for the last 5 years?
The context
Did he go to every single game with his father who passed away? And he carries on like what? Like there's probably some. Is there another wrinkle there?
But for me, Carly would be at the game.
I don't know. Is this the only guy you can lean on though? You don't have any other friends? You have anything else you can do?
Well, they're all gone on winter break. That's why she's just alone. And she's like, I can't leave because I have work and no one can take care of my cat. And so I'm just sitting here by myself and he's just out there having fun.
We should ask chat. We should ask comments. What do you guys think?
No one's going to agree with me.
But what should be the one?
I don't even know what I think.
Should he have stayed or like drove to OP, or should he have just gone to the game? Because like he
certainly should have been more understanding than just going, really?
Let's just take away it's a game he goes to every week. He had tickets for a sporting, like an event. Let's just say it was an event, like a concert, music event. And he made the plan that, hey, I'm going to this music event or whatever. And you guys both had the day off. This wasn't pre-planned. This is just like, I'm feeling depressy spaghetti today. Can you cancel your event and come hang out with me?
I know it's not church, but it's like anybody who goes to almost every single game, that's like a religion. And it's the routine. It's like it's expected. I don't know.
Well, I got an update here.
I don't think anyone is completely right or wrong in this.
Yeah, just like thinking of like
But the boyfriend is more wrong because he's not being understanding. He's just going, really? If you guys are having long distance bickering.
Medium
distance bickering, why ever put up with that? I'm done immediately. We're medium distance bickering. I got to drive 2 hours to tell this to your face. No, I'm just not doing that. I don't have time. I don't have the time for that.
Yeah, that also is a huge factor.
If we're medium distance and we're not even getting along, what are we doing this for? I don't know.
There's an update. I showed my boyfriend this thread, and to my surprise, he actually strongly did not believe I was the a-hole or being manipulative. But he also didn't think he was the a-hole either, which he's not.
So exactly what I said, mind you. Exactly what I said.
Also, he's an Eagles fan.
And I hate that guy. You're the only Eagles fan I'll ever love, Keon.
And Carly.
Not the
She's good. She's good. Okay, fine. Fine. 2 birds with 1 stone.
As someone who has actually been in the relationship for the last 5 years, he knows me pretty well, and he knew I'd be upset, but he also knew it was a conversation to be had in person. The next day, he left work early and came to town to surprise me and also made sure I was all right. We had dinner, watched a movie, and then had a serious conversation about what had happened the day prior. He understood why I reacted the way I did, and he wasn't upset, but wanted us to talk about our communication and our individual needs. He compared me to my cat with his abandonment issues, which was cute, I'll admit, and explained that he's sad he can't always physically be there for me when I'm going through a depressive episode, but that he also needs time to himself to enjoy the things he does too, and that it's not a reflection of how much he loves me if he chooses to spend the day somewhere else. Can we take a second to appreciate how good he is with words? I will give him that.
I'm just going to leave it up to them at this point. I've got nothing else of value to add to this. He better not be a... You know what? Whatever.
As someone who clearly struggles with putting my feelings into words, I feel like being with him is a breath of fresh air. God, I really do love him. Anyways, I apologized for my reaction, cried for a while in his arms, and told him that I loved him. By the way, I'll love you if you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime. Guys, we are right there. I feel like how he reacted to it later on. I don't like how he was just responding, really, of like all of this. Don't like that. But I will give him appreciation for trying to make it right the day after. Even though he was like enjoying himself, whatever, he's like, you know what? I know that I'm gonna like do this for her later. I know she's gonna be upset right now, but like I know I'm gonna have something for her later on because I've been thinking about her. I do want to see her and I feel bad. So let's make it up to her by doing this, that, and the other thing. And then also finishing it up with a Nice little convo. Honestly, I'm liking the way this turned out.
I would have just liked it better if he was more understanding at the jump, where it's like, oh, can you maybe come and spend the day? And it's like, no, I'm gonna. He went to the game alone though. Ugh. I don't know. There's too much weird stuff going. Why does he go to every game? It's got to be something. It can't just be because he's that much of a fan. There's got to be some tradition or something. I don't know. All I know is that if you're gonna do this, you can't just be flippant about it. You got to be like, I know, and I'm sorry that you're having a bad day. I'll be there tomorrow. Because
yeah, if you said that, I'd be like, oh, you're coming tomorrow? Okay.
I don't know, man. All sports are bad, and everyone should never go to a game ever again. There, I said it. Okay.
He just fell down the stairs. As a result of this, and coming to terms with how alone I really feel, I've spoken to my manager and been cleared to call out of work next week until after Christmas, and I'm going home as soon as I can. I realize I'm not in a good headspace, and I don't want it to affect my relationship or work performance any more than it already has. Good on you for noticing that. If my mental health continues to decline, I'll look into therapy. For those who offer genuine advice and guidance, thank you. It means the world. That's home. Dang. Okay, so honestly, I don't like what he did while he was at the game. I think that was BS, and he shouldn't have made you feel, alone and like that, because she's just sitting there spiraling while he's just like, yeah, let's go, probably having a beer or two and being like, yeah, this is fun. And she's just in her bed crying herself to sleep.
I mean,
so,
what if he was spiraling and this was his way of coping?
There's a whole lot of
well,
what
then he
ifs.
needs to communicate that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, that has to be communicated because you don't know. But he did say, he's like, yeah, I get it. He truly, what he said in that update, he was like, what if I'm not here? What if I'm truly in a different country, or not necessarily that, but it's I can't be there to always console you.
Yeah.
Again, I'm 2.5 hours away already. What if I get there 2.5 hours and yay, I'm good?
They
There
just
has to be
wanted
a
two different
balance.
things at the same time and couldn't.
Come to a compromise or an agreement, and you couldn't have them at the same time. I mean, you could have. She could have came to the game, but maybe she didn't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, I think also because this is such a rare thing, maybe you should ask him to join him if he loves football so much or whatever sport it is. Join him. He should bring you to those things, those events, like I said earlier, and you guys can share that common interest.
Yeah. Well, she also went there, surprised him earlier in the week, a few days before. So that's why he was like, well, I just saw you, which understandable, but still.
So we do have some comments that I'll get in a second. I did look it up. There was no real true indication where OP was from, but she did reply to a Florida State University thing. So probably Florida. So are they...
Ooh.
Man's driving 2 hours to watch the
Raptors.
Dolphins.
Is it the Dolphins? Is it the Buccaneers?
A lot of people go to school in one place and then don't live there.
True. Is it the Buccaneers?
Well, that's the end of that story, and now we got some comments.
These comments come from the video my sister-in-law tried to steal my newborn baby. I called the authorities. And that was posted on May 26th, 2026, which, if memory serves, was yesterday. TLDR for story one is OP's sister-in-law can't have kids and started acting like she was the second mom to OP's newborn baby. She showed up at the hospital, tried to sign the birth certificate, and even called the baby ours. Things got really bad at a family party when she snuck off with the baby and put her in a dress made of itchy tulle, which the baby hates because of sensitive skin. OP lost it, said something super harsh that she might regret. But then OP found out something shocking about the sister-in-law that changes everything. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full episode on YouTube.
Yeah, it was posted yesterday.
Fresh.
First comment here is from Catherine Alvarez 9216 saying, what gets me is how they were commenters going, how dare you not let your sister-in-law abuse your daughter and treat her like a doll? I'm guessing they decided not to comment when it was revealed how disturbed sister-in-law was. But seriously, it was a red flag parade and people went after OP. I don't remember, unfortunately, but if the commenters did go after OP, I knew OP was in the right.
Yeah, they're like, how dare you keep your own baby all to yourself?
This is our baby.
Think of the wants and needs of others who want and need your baby.
Another comment here from Loki's Witch saying, not a mom, but if I was, I would have yelled that too. Sister-in-law is crazy. I would let mother-in-law know that, nope, I will never say sorry. She will never be sorry for this.
It's true, man. And if you can't have kids, you can do adopt.
We have another comment here from Saber Red G333 saying, yeah, knowing the full context makes it really hard to feel like Opie was being unfairly harsh. Intentionally hurting someone's child means you have lost the foothold for parent to use kid gloves. Yeah. And we have a final comment here from Jade MC 1970 saying, that's not too harsh. If you're a mother and you think about having to go through that, then her behavior is valid. Especially with PPD/PPA and being neurodivergent, I'd go no contact. And if adoption agency finds out about her behavior around children, she would be blacklisted.
Well, yeah, that could be. So go listen to that if you haven't. A lot of you have.
It was pretty crazy.
Some of you haven't.
Well, I do remember the sister-in-law was pretty creepy.
If I'm in fear of my baby, you are not coming near it. But that's the end of that story and the end of this episode. So if you love us, make sure you subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one. My boyfriend revealed that he has 2 kids and that he's still supporting their mother. I, mid-20s female, started dating my boyfriend, late 20s male, 2 months ago. We hit it off great in every aspect. 3 weeks ago, we confessed our love for each other, and he asked me to move in with him. Luckily, I haven't yet. I was so ecstatic that I found someone like him. By the way, this comes from Mia's Tempest, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I live in a pretty conservative household, and I told him the only way I could move out is if I talked to my father. He told me that he would propose if he had to. We talked about our future and our wedding day. He visited me every day after work, even though he worked crazy hours and was probably exhausted. He always brought me gifts. He told me that he would love for me to stop working and provide for me and our family. We told each other we were crazy for thinking about these things so early in the relationship, but we just laughed it off. You are crazy. After all of that, he said that before things got more serious, he needed to confess something to me. He admitted that he has 2 kids and provides for 100% of the finances for them and their mother. And there it is. There's the red flag.
That's where I'm heading out.
I knew it was coming.
I am going to stop off at this stop, please.
He's like, I have children. They've been here all the whole time. They had them when they were in high school, and although they both graduated, he has dedicated his life to providing for his family. However, because of many difficulties, he and the mother of his kids decided to never marry and have been separated for a while. I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under my feet. I feel like after all of that, there was a whole other side of him that I didn't know. Why would he wait so long to tell me? Don't you mention kids right away? I told him that kids are not a deal breaker. I have a very motherly relationship with my younger sister, since our mom passed away when we were little, and I was very clear that I would never abandon her. I am very proud of the young adult that she's becoming. Is he not proud of his kids? This isn't giving me the confidence to have a family with him if this is the type of father he will become to them. Not to mention, apparently his baby mama had never worked much and has been financially dependent on him all of these years. If she finds out about me, won't she think of me as a threat to her and her kids' well-being? Right now, my feelings are fluctuating. I think of him and I remember all the happy feelings he has made me feel. Up until this point, he has been the most loving partner I've ever had, and I really don't want to lose him. On the other hand, I feel like a fool for trusting him so much when he had actually so much to hide. Also, how is it that when he was promising a future with me, he didn't once think about how I would feel after dropping this bombshell on me?
One thing, go back like 2 slides.
I'm going back 2 slides.
Most loving partner I've ever had. And I don't want to lose him.
That's a rut row.
That's the rut row I'm seeing. Yeah, sure, he may be the most loving partner you've ever had, but that doesn't mean there are more out there. There aren't more out there.
Doesn't mean you can't do better than this guy.
Exactly.
It's also 3 months. It's been 3 months. Cut your losses. But let's keep going. Right now, he says he's scared of losing me, but that I have the right to make the decision to leave him or stay. I just feel like I'm being torn apart. I'm seeing him tomorrow, and I think I'm going to break up with him. After a week of feeling like this, I decided that for my health, I have to put an end to this. Yes, you do. This stress is distracting me from my responsibilities. I feel like I can't take it anymore. Heartbreak is truly awful. And edit, he never visited me at home because I live with my family. My dad, grandma, and siblings depend on me financially. I own a business, and he would visit me there after he was done with work. He is also a workaholic. Guess now I know why. But he said that he would gladly pay for an apartment for the both of us so that we can spend more time together. I've never had to pay for anything when we go out on dates. When I'm with him, he always spends money at my business because he says it brings him pride to provide for me. Sigh, I'm down bad. And there are some comments, and I'm sure an update. But any thoughts?
Yeah.
It's just move on. Move
Yeah.
on. This is
Move
what, 3
on.
months?
3 months is when I feel like I've said this before, but it goes of when you find out more about a person. It's like 3 months and then a year and then like 2 years.
Plus moving in together.
That's a huge
that's
step.
Crazy.
At 3 months.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when Riley said, "Oh, 3 months is like the mark where you start realizing who you're dating." I'm like, no. When you move in together, that's the monster you realize you're dating.
Well, I think there are levels to realizing who you're dating.
Yeah.
There are
and
levels.
one of them
but
is when
the,
you live
the,
together.
the level here is there's no honesty at the very beginning.
Well, we're going to go into the comments while Riley tries to remember this thought. Comment 1. He lied to you the whole time he knew you so that you develop strong feelings and be less likely to run away when he fessed up. He love bombed you and asked you to move in after dating for weeks, which is ridiculously fast, and still hasn't told you. He's a liar and a manipulator, and you'd be foolish to trust anything else he says or to stay with him, so I'm glad you're choosing to end it. Agreed. In the future, be wary of a guy being that intense and moving so quickly early on. And OP says, thank you. Right now, I really need to hear this hard truth so that I can feel strong when I confront him tomorrow.
Okay, another point, found it,
Yes.
is whenever he broke the news to OP,
Yeah.
OP got stressed out, and didn't feel like super good about it. I feel like it's the way he also broke the news. And OP may have not been in a position to, I don't know, be this, not like a side piece, but like in the middle of all the family things going on.
Yeah.
So that's another point. Did that make sense?
I didn't fully understand the point.
The way he broke the news
Yeah.
of I have 3 kids, I have
Yes.
2 kids and a wife, unsettled her.
No wife. It was just like,
No, ex baby mama.
Ex-baby mama. Yeah, that's what I meant. But
Broke it poorly.
yeah, he broke it poorly.
Yeah.
Because if it came from like certain people, people would probably be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. But maybe in the way he did it, it may have not been.
Maybe he just freaking sucks.
Yeah.
Comment 2. Gently, I think that your current situation and how you've been raised is making it harder for you to see the red flag with guys like this who are looking to take advantage of you. You live in a conservative household where you need to ask your father's permission to move out, but you are financially supporting your father and the entire house. You're already being taken advantage of. If you're adult enough to support not only yourself but the family, then you are adult enough to be making your own decisions about your life. Your father should not be dictating the rules to your life when he is dependent on you. 2 months is too early for most couples to be considering cohabitation. At 2 months, you're still getting to know each other. You don't know the real him yet. It is definitely a red flag that he asked you to move in with him and said he'd be willing to get engaged before telling you about the existence of his children, and that he tried to convince you to quit your job and become financially dependent on him at only 2 months. Also, before he bothered to tell you about something as important as I have children.
Is he just trying to get awards? Like, the more baby mamas I have, the better at life I'm doing.
He's gonna get a participation award. Comment 3. You've only been with him for 2 months. You don't know him. It sounds like he's lining you up to be baby mama number 2 or 3 or 4. You don't know. Listen to your gut and ignore his empty words and promises. He professes his love too much too early, so beware. You deserve and will find better. Good luck. And OP says, I sure don't know how many baby mamas he's got, and I feel loved when I'm with him, but insecure when I'm not. What could he possibly be doing when I'm not looking? I hate that I let myself think about him this much, and there is an update.
Oy vey.
But girl, you're not the only one out there. Ah, man. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he's a cheater too. I feel like my ICU cheating.
The fact that he was able to like hide kids for 3 months.
Yeah. What
2
else is
months?
he hiding? Is he a spy of some sorts?
That's hard too. Because you got pictures of kids, you got in the car, you got car seats, you got toys.
yeah, it kind of shows that he's like maybe a little ashamed of his family.
That's actually a great point, because like if he doesn't have was he even seeing his kids in the 3 months? Because clearly not a lot. If OP didn't even know about them. So I'm like, how much of a father is he actually being?
Yeah, if he can't even say within maybe in the first week or like first couple of dates that, hey, I have a family, or at least I have 2 kids. I don't like that. You're not really a family man.
I think just the fact that it's not glaringly obvious that he has kids shows that he's not, being a parent. But there is an update. Hey y'all, I'll probably delete this soon, but I thought I owed you guys an update. So the day came when I was going to break up with him. I told him that I was feeling overwhelmed by the situation, and he told me that the night before, he went to visit his kids. His baby mama told him that she knew he had a girlfriend, me, and that she was fine with it. But then she got all emotional, cried, and told him that she could never move on and that she would always take him back. I'm not going to lie and say that this didn't completely shatter my heart, and I told him that this confirmed my fears. I told him that if he chose her, I hope they stayed a happy family. When I said that, not my proudest moment, I just started bawling my eyes out. He hugged me, oh no, and told me that he wouldn't go back to her because he doesn't love her and that it wouldn't be fair to her. But seeing me cry doesn't make him want to be with me because he feels like a butt for hurting me. He says that I deserved much better and that he was just going to focus on his career and kids if this was going to be the end of us because he doesn't want to hurt anyone else. Before I could say goodbye, I asked him if what we had was even love. For me, well, I kind of feel underappreciated by my family, whom I've dedicated my life to, and he made me feel listened to and understood. He told me that for him, he felt like he wanted to make someone happy since his family isolated him after the breakup with his kid's mom. And by the way, we would never isolate you because you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. And there is a little bit left.
Dude, I don't like this little peace out he did. The way he peaced out, like, nonchalantly, he's like, I love you, and it'll be okay.
Miss Ray says he's a
He's
player.
like, I'm not
He's a
getting
player.
back with my girlfriend, my ex, but I'm also don't want to get back with you.
No,
'cause-
babe, she's not the one for me. You are, but
'cause
I mean,
you
I
don't
have kids with her,
deserve-
but like, it's okay.
Yeah, I just don't love you don't deserve to have to get back together with me.
Babe, you get 80% of my love, but that's okay.
Yeah. Like, yes, he's right, but also I don't like,
I don't like it.
I don't like how he said it.
He just peaced out.
I just don't like him. I just don't like him. I know like 95% of the comments are telling me that he loved bomb me and that he deceived me into relationship, and I agree that what he did was not ideal, but I don't believe he's a bad person. We just got caught up in each other at the right place at the right time. I told him that he has a lot of stuff to think about, and so do I. I proposed that we take a 2-week break to see if we still have feelings for each other, and that I needed to make sure I don't lose myself because I feel like I have developed an unhealthy obsession with him. He agreed to respect my wishes.
Check if there's an update.
Dang, man. Girl, just leave. It's 3 months.
And
I feel like, I don't know
yeah.
if you could do a break after 3 months.
That's weird.
I feel
yeah.
like if you're already at like, let's take a break at 3 months, maybe just like,
Yeah.
that seems like excess. I feel like you could take a break maybe a year into a relationship.
My boyfriend confessed he stole from me right before I was going back to school.
Stole your heart.
I don't think so. My 33 female boyfriend, 34 male, and I have been together for over 12 years now. I first met him in high school and we were friends for a few years. We lost touch after he graduated, but ended up reconnecting when I was in college. We've been together since. By the way, this comes from Objective Peak 83, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So about 7 years ago, we were at a crossroads. His friend had passed away suddenly in an accident, and he proceeded to spiral, and he started trying substances, staying out all night, engaging in a very reckless behavior, and it truly scared me. I tried everything to pull him out of it. It took a lot of work and me almost leaving him to start putting his life together. A little backstory, I work for my family's business. I have worked for the family business since I was 18 years old. And honestly, it would be great if I didn't have to work with the same people I see on the holidays. My family can be, in a word, toxic. There was a lot of infighting and drama. Working with them is similar to our personal lives, stressful and chaotic. When my grandmother passed away about 3 years ago, I was willed some liquid assets that had belonged to her and my grandfather. Gems, jewelry, precious metals, cash, etc. And their house they had since the 60s. And honestly, this was a blessing. With that inheritance, I finally felt like I could pull free from my family and get out of the family business and take time to go back to school and do something I was passionate about. However, I had no savings at the time and wanted to get a decent amount saved before I quit. At this time, an opportunity opened up at work. The pay was way higher, but required 4 to 7 months of travel time a year. I talked it over with my boyfriend, and we decided that we only needed 2 years to save up what we needed. I took the job and prepared to leave for 2 months for training at the main branch. Okay, it is a little scary. 4 to 7 months with your boyfriend having the issues that he had.
Yeah, that is scary. But I mean, I'm wondering what his job is and if he can kind of travel with OP, you know?
Yeah, I don't. You'd have to be doing what you do to be able to travel.
Yeah.
remotely.
Well, I mean, he could have a remote job.
You could if you're a computer guy, but you
Yeah.
got to be a computer person to have a remote job.
Yeah.
About a month into my training, my boyfriend suddenly quit his job with no explanation other than I had to. I can't work there anymore. I was concerned about our financial goals because of this, but he swore up and down that he would get a new one shortly and that he wouldn't need any help with his personal bills. Well, a year after that went by, he had only taken up gig work and some temporary jobs. Ooh.
A year of that when you're trying to do all that work to save up for a place and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't happy as I was having to travel all the time and was having to really be frugal in order to get our joint bills paid, also putting money into savings. Oh no. He was managing to pay his own bills, so I let it slide since he tossed in what he could to the pile joint as well. Now, I'm sitting here about to complete my 2 years, and my boyfriend has decided to come clean to me.
Okay, and so just to, again, OP had said that she was only going to work at this place for 2 years, and that would have given them enough, had he also been working, I'm sure, to stop, like, to move in together and do all of that. And now I got an ICU. He's spent all his money or something, or he's cheating, or both.
Or both. I was gonna say you could both.
He sold the
Why-
jewels.
Poor Kayla. What?
He stole the jewels
Por
and
qué
the
no
liquid
los dos?
assets. He sold them all. I think that's how he was able to pay for everything. That's my thought process. For the past 2 years, well, I've been working at a job that has been soul crushing and has had me away from home for weeks to months at a time. I've missed birthdays, weddings, friends, baby showers, etc. I sacrificed the last 2 years of my life to make enough to be able to live my life the way I want to. And he tells me last week that he has been paying his personal bills by selling the things my grandparents had willed to me that I had left in a safe that was hidden in the house.
Despicable. No. Leave.
It's been 7 years.
I think it's been 12 years.
It's 7 right now.
Oh,
They've been
they're
together
at
for 12.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, so
They're
they
at
keep
7 right
going
now.
until 12. I would have like made him give that money back, and then I would have been like,
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
could you it's either you get the money back or you get everything you sold.
yeah, something like that.
A safe he had only had access to because the pew pew was in there, and I thought, he wouldn't do that to me. I'm honestly in shock. It was a substantial amount, and it makes me nauseous to even try to quantify it right now. How much do you think? At least 6 figures.
It's
At least.
gotta be. If it was a bunch of jewels and stuff, yeah.
Everyone's saying call the cops.
I mean, I think first, only because of the 7 years, I would be like, you need to give me that money now or get all my stuff back. And then if he was like, no, I'd be like, okay, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, I've already set in motion quitting my job and have given notice, and now I have so much less than I thought I did. He only told me because he had figured out a way to pay me back and had gotten a stable job and was planning on using most of his paycheck to give to me until I was made whole. But this just honestly disgusts me. I feel so violated. More than that, I wonder if this is his go-to pattern now. Life is stressful, a lot of change is happening, and he just self-destructs after what he put me through 7 years ago. I don't know if I can look past this. Yes, he came clean to me, but I just can't seem to get past this feeling. I look at him and just feel nothing right now. It's breaking my heart because I really care for him, and yet I just can't see anything changing. I feel so conflicted. We've been together for so long and even have all the same friends and share a life together. Will we be able to come back from this? Or is this what falling out of love feels like? And we got an update.
Don't go back to him. The only question here is cops or
Yeah, get your money back.
Yeah, get your money back first.
I wanna
That's the only question. It's not like do I stay with him or do I break up? The answer is obviously break up.
Yeah.
Yeah, break up.
I was gonna say, how much of the money do you think that he stole or what have you? He used it for OP. Like, oh, I got her fancy jewelry or fancy
Ooh,
clothes.
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this is my gift to you, but like in reality, it's like it's a
Ugh,
gift to you.
icky.
It's a gift to yourself.
I
Yeah.
think she didn't say anything. She probably would have mentioned that. We might be getting that mentioned pretty soon.
Yeah,
But-
like what all of that money was spent on, because I think some of it was spent on the bills that they had.
Mainly bills and probably
Yeah.
him just getting by.
Yeah,
I don't think it was anything. Was
yeah,
for her.
you need to break
But
up
that
with him.
But that would have sucked though. Like, oh, this nice dress. I didn't know it cost my grandma's third precious jewel.
It's messed up, man.
Ah.
Messed up.
Update. In my life, I've learned that the best way to answer others' sincerity is by being sincere myself, so I'd like to try here. I have a very small circle of people. I would say the two most important people to me in the past 15 years have been my boyfriend and my little sister, the only two people I talk to nearly every day and do most of my everyday life with. A little over a year ago, I almost lost my little sister when she OD'd on prescription medicine and attempted to self-exit. I was the only one who found her after the fact and spent the next 3 weeks by her side in the ICU. The whole ordeal could be its own personal post, really. Now, the only person that had been my best friend for my whole life has me blocked in every aspect of her life for reasons I still do not know, and I still wonder if she blames me for leaving that night as much as I blame myself. In my grief, I lashed out at my toxic family for not listening to me when I said I was concerned about her, for not doing more, for not even being at the hospital when she needed them, for expecting me to be the only one to tend to her while she was in rehab. And because I lashed out at them, I was ostracized. The only time my family talks to me now is if it has to do with work. My birthday came and went along without a single one of them reaching out.
Oh, your family's, your boyfriend's.
It is why I was compelled to quit, as the silence and isolation was slowly driving me into a depression. During all of this, I have been clinging to my boyfriend. It would have been too difficult to go through without him, and I guess it is the main reason why I didn't immediately punt him out when he came clean to me. I have lost my best friend and any support from family. When I gave my notice, only one person asked me to reconsider. The rest said, "Good riddance. It's her family." And even if my family is toxic and awful to each other, it still hurts to be cast out so thoroughly. So when my boyfriend came clean to me, I just went numb. Oh.
Literally, like everyone in her life has like betrayed her or just not been there for her.
Bro, move to Bali.
Yeah.
Just like get out of the
Start
country.
over.
Go find
Just
yourself in a
start
booth.
over.
It works. I found
Blank
myself.
slate it. Leave. I mean, you just said you finished the 2 years at that company. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, you got
Go
it.
somewhere else.
You got enough experience to probably get another solid job.
Yeah. Go to like, I don't know. Go like live on a farm in Scotland.
I feel like I had lost what little fight I had left in me. It feels like the fabric of my life is coming unwoven and I'm falling apart. I am still deeply mourning the loss of my sister in my life and grieving a family I have given up on. I have lost a lot in the past year, and this is just the last thing I thought I had to worry about. As many of you stated, it sounded like the substances. I didn't get him to divulge exactly what he was doing with the money, but I pieced it enough together. Regular users has once again taken him. My boyfriend is a sweet, dotting, and genuinely funny person, but 7 years ago, he also became someone I didn't know. His substance use was deep and unrelenting. It was a monumental uphill battle for him to get clean and stay sober, but I told him I would only stick it out with him once more, and if he ever started back down that road, I would leave. So I guess he got smart about hiding it. And me being the gone 6-ish months out of the year really helped him with that. I know some of you were very upset at me for losing sentimental items, but my grandma's jewelry is all there. Okay, he sold my grandpa's collection of, let's say, precious metals, as my grandpa was a child of depression and never had faith in banks. He stored most of his assets as such. Okay, so he probably had a ton of silver and gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still sucks though.
Yeah, my great grandpa gave me a ton of silver when I was little.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Where is it?
Yeah, where'd you put it?
It's in a safe somewhere in North Carolina.
All right, chat. We know where to go.
It's in a safe somewhere in North Carolina. You're going to receive a map in the mail and we're going to hunt it down.
All of his kids and grandkids were even given portions of that. They weren't sentimental as much as a safety net I had every intention on using if needed.
Okay, well, I mean, still obviously still sucks, but this is good news because it means,
Doesn't seem like she's tore up about it.
What?
Doesn't seem like she's super tore up about
But
it.
it's also, if it's just like, let's say it's silver or gold, then this is stuff that he can pay back. Like, she lost it, but it's not sentimental value stuff.
Give me it back in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
There was a comment that was a few paragraphs that kind of left me shaken. My denial was pointed out, but also the fact that I had already knew what I needed to do. But I was looking for a way, any reason, any logic, something not to have to lose everything or anyone else right now. But I can't escape reality as much as I try. Some of you asked how I could even contemplate staying. The easy answer is I was/am still scared. Scared to face this world alone. Terrified, really. I have told him we have no more future together and we are working on how to best separate. It is amicable. I will not be reporting him or suing him. I've talked to his mom and dad about it. They told me that they would pay me back one way or another, and he has promised as much. I know a lot of you will be disappointed in that outcome, but I just have nothing left in me. I'm exhausted, and I don't even have the energy to get angry at anyone right now. Maybe once I have time to process everything, that might change, but right now, I need peace. For now, I can only focus on the present and try to take it one day at a time. I didn't ever think I would be this alone, and the pain of losing the people I love the most in this world is poignant heartache. I will be grappling with for a good time to come. Thank you, kind strangers, for letting me feel less alone in this. Thank you for your anger on my behalf. Thank you for taking time to read my post and give me validation to my heartbreak. And if you don't want to be heartbroken, you can go to your favorite podcast platform and join us there, reading stories just like this. Search up OK Storytime, and we will be there.
We'll be right there.
Wow, I have not read in a while. Sorry about that, guys. That was just like,
we're getting back into it.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I feel like what happened on that second update, he came clean, she processed it, found a plan, and is leaving him.
Yeah, I feel like that first one where she was like, I don't know if I should leave him, it was just kind of this shock. And again, she's been with him for like 12 years.
So at the 7-year mark, or 7 years ago, that's whenever he turned to the
yes. And then at
bottle.
the 12 year. Yeah, but they're at 12 years now, right?
They're at 12 years now.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought they were together for 7 years, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. My girlfriend is jealous of my brother's girlfriend. She lashed out. So the key players in this story are me, 25 male, my girlfriend, Anna, 25 female, my brother, Bill, 28 male, and my brother's girlfriend, Callie, 23 female, who have been dating for 3 years and live together. Also relevant are my other brothers, Dan, 24 male, and Eli, 9 male. By the way, this comes from ABCDE Throwaway, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I've been dating Anna for about 6 months. She's really awesome, and I see a future with her for sure. We met on Tinder and have pretty much been inseparable since. We fight some, but no more than most couples, I'd say. This is definitely our biggest issue, and I'm worried it's going to spell the end of us. Anna is really jealous of Callie. Weirdly jealous about things that I think are completely unreasonable. Anna, Bill, Callie, and I all live in the same city, so we see Bill and Callie a lot. Until about a year ago, Bill and I lived together, but now I live on my own and he lives with his girlfriend. Bill and Callie are both big nerds. He's a botanist and she's pursuing her PhD in some sort of physics thing that has to do with space. She's crazy smart.
He's a botanist?
That's sick.
Oh, dude.
That's freaking sick, man.
I was kind of a botanist a little bit in my life. I would be a botanist. Yeah.
I really love Anna, but I don't think she's ever been someone to get along with other women very well. I knew from the start that she didn't like Callie, and I don't really feel like she's making much of an attempt to hide that fact. Whatever, I can't force her to like my brother's girlfriend. She thinks Callie is stuck up, shallow, entitled, arrogant, causes drama, whatever. I don't agree with her, but I can chalk all of that up to an opinion about her personality, which I feel like will change if she gets to know Callie better. It's the specific things that I don't know how to react to. Really quick, I think if OP's girlfriend has other female friends and she gets along with them well, then maybe OP's brother's girlfriend is the problem.
It's Callie's the problem.
Yeah.
Interesting take.
But if OP's girlfriend has no other female friends, She's the problem.
Or these female friends could be toxic.
4 months ago, my grandmother passed away. The funeral was on the other side of the country, so we all packed up and flew there for the funeral and to visit family. Callie was invited. Anna was not, and Anna was pissed. I'm still hearing about it to this day, and while it seems like she understands that Callie has met my grandmother and known her for many years and should have been invited, she doesn't get why my dad didn't just go ahead and spring for another plane ticket for Anna to make it fair. I feel like we've spent months talking in circles about it, and at this point, I wish she would just forget about it, you know? If I had known it was going to be a big deal, I would have just bought her a ticket myself. 2 weeks ago was my dad's birthday. My brothers, Anna, Callie, and I all went to visit for his birthday. Callie and Bill were allowed to sleep in the same room, but my dad asked that Anna sleep in the guest room. His reasoning is that he wants to keep things as appropriate as possible for my youngest brother. I agree with Anna that this is kind of unfair, but on the other hand, Callie and Bill live together, and Eli has stayed with them for the weekend before. No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, like, it's one thing if you have parents who are like, oh, you can't, if you guys aren't married, you can't, sleep in the same room, can't live together, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But we already know that they're letting the other couple who is unmarried sleep in the same room. So
I agree. I think it should be the
stupid.
married thing or not.
Yeah, you can't do like a middle ground because that's just silly.
So is there a little bit of favoritism? Because
Yeah,
I have seen.
I think they just don't like Anna.
I have seen in families before where they were gonna have a family vacation, but they didn't because of one of the partners' significant other.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, like they're like,
They're like,
I don't want to have to deal with her or something.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
that
think
might
they just
be the
really
point.
don't like Anna.
Yeah.
Which maybe Anna is causing a lot of this, or maybe they're all being haters. I tried to explain to Anna that in a year or so, my dad wouldn't mind. Callie slept in the guest room the first several times she visited, but for now, he's just trying to look out for his kid, and it's his house, his rules. So we fight about these two things all the time. She accuses my family of liking Callie more, which I effed up and told her, well, yeah, they've known her longer. We love Callie, idiot. And then accuses me of liking Callie more and of not being serious about her, etc. I don't know how to handle this because I've never really expected to have a girlfriend be jealous of someone who's basically my sister-in-law. Speaking of which, I know Bill is planning on proposing soon with my grandmother's ring, and I really regret telling Anna because already that's selfish. What if you or Dan wanted to propose with that ring? She shouldn't just take it all for herself, as if it were Callie's decision and not something Bill wanted to do. And even if I try to explain that we talked about it and decided that Callie actually knew our grandmother, so it was appropriate, Anna just doesn't want to hear it. I feel like we're building to a big blow up here. Every day she's hinting that she wants to move into my apartment, hinting that she wants to get engaged or whatever, but it all comes off as her wanting to one-up Callie. It's frustrating because I feel like this isn't really who she is. Usually she's very laid back and kind and open to talking through her problems, but the minute Callie's involved somehow, it all turns into a total crap show. What should I say to her? Where do I even start?
Dude, I think we
There is
might be
edit.
missing something.
Yeah.
Anna does not have a lot going for her here. She eats chicken tenders.
She's not a botanist.
She's not a botanist. Well, Bill's the botanist.
Okay, well, she's not. She doesn't
PhD
work for
she doesn't have a-
space.
Yeah, she doesn't work in space. And she doesn't have a lot of female friends.
Yeah.
Callie may have bullied her in school, though. And this is
Did
why.
they know each other?
Anna, maybe. We don't know. They're around the same age.
We don't
They're around
know.
the same age. This probably is why Anna is so against Callie, because Anna's life is the way it is because Callie made it that way.
It's all a huge conspiracy theory, and Callie is at the root of it.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together now.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it just seems kind of like on one side, I do think that the family is definitely showing favoritism, but also it seems like Anna sucks a little bit.
Yeah.
But there is an edit. Well, it only took about an hour's worth of comments, but you guys basically confirmed what I kind of knew already. I love my family, and Callie is a part of my family. I'm going to tell Anna that she needs to cut this out, that Callie is my family, and that she can't expect to have the same relationship with my family as someone who has been around 6 times as long. If she doesn't cut it out, well, I'm guessing that that'll be Splitsville for us, which is but better now than a year from now, right? And there is an update. So we're going to freaking jump into it. First, thanks everyone for your advice and support. It helps to know that there are a lot of people out there to confirm what I was kind of already feeling about my relationship. I'm not sure if anyone actually cares about an update. We freaking do. But figured I'd post one anyway. I do want to say that my last post wasn't very flattering towards Anna. That's because it was a post about a problem between us. If it were a post about all the things about her that I love, it would have been much longer and much more flattering. I just wanted to say that because Anna isn't a bad person, and I think a lot of you got an unfair impression of her based on my perspective of a problem we have. That said, long story short, we broke up. So this post isn't very flattering either. That's so funny. If he's like, no, like, I don't want you guys to think that she's a bad person or like, that I don't like her, but also we broke up and I don't like her.
Even though we didn't get a lot about Anna, you could probably wrote in a way that seemed favorable,
I wanted to talk to her and see if I could get to the root of her problem with Callie and with my family, and it seemed to boil down to this. Anna feels like because my parents have 4 boys, they embraced Callie as a surrogate daughter. But now that role has been filled and there isn't room left for Anna. Girl, you just said that they have 4 boys. They're allowed to have 2 daughters.
Whoa, this story is hitting home.
Why?
Not really, but I have like 3 siblings and they're all boys.
Yeah.
Like this might happen to me one day.
Angie's the only one allowed.
Or Tate's girlfriend.
You gotta battle it out.
They have been together for about 3 years and we've only been together for a year.
Dang.
Uh-oh.
She talked a lot about how Callie has the advantage and that Anna hasn't really been given an opportunity to prove herself. She explained that that's part of what upset her about not being able to come to California for my grandmother's funeral. Not the funeral, but afterwards when we all cleaned out grandma's house and everything. She said she wanted to be there to show that she was helpful, dedicated, caring, whatever. I felt really weird about all of that because it seemed like she was viewing everything as an opportunity to make herself look good. I don't know if I can explain it well, but she was explaining it in this really calculating way, and it seemed like she didn't genuinely care about us, just about making herself look good. I tried to explain to her that I think the only advantage Callie has is that she's been around longer. I pointed out that Anna is the same religion as my family, Catholic, kind of a big deal to my mom, that she's from the same region, Northeast, that she and my mom share a profession, teaching, and a bunch of other little things. She wasn't hearing it. So I suggested we take a break to think things over because Callie is about to be my family in a very real way. And if she can't stand that, then maybe the relationship isn't working out. Anna told me that she doesn't do breaks. So I told her, fine, it's a breakup. But if you change your mind in the next few weeks, I'd love to talk to you. That was Thursday. So that's where we were until Sunday evening. I was at Bill and Callie's watching football, getting a little wasted, feeling sorry for myself, but also feeling pretty good because the Patriots won. Callie's a Panthers fan, so she's been having a pretty good season also. And all 3 of us were having a good day overall. And then Callie started getting Facebook messages from Anna, a lot of them. I don't know if she was wasted or just pissed off, but it was just message after message of, I hope you feel good about yourself. I think it's disgusting how you consider all our last names your territory. OP's mom only tolerates your pathetic redneck, blah, 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 because she thinks you'll be able to support her when she's old. People F their cousins where you're from. I bet I can find a story or 2 about you. I hope you enjoy that ring. It's probably the nicest thing you've ever touched. Congrats on marrying up in social class. All the kids at the watering hole and whatever podunk BS village spawned you sure will be impressed. How will you even get the news out? Smoke signal? I didn't think they got electricity there yet. I bet you're pregnant and making him propose to save face for your beaster baby. Damn, girl! You are a walking red flag. This is why you have no friends. Because you suck. Damn. OP.
I'm not gonna lie, those insults were like going on a tangent like that. I gotta give some props to that. That's kind of crazy.
Wow, this girl sucks. These aren't direct quotes, but sort of the gist of it. Basically, just a lot of really mean stuff about how Callie is from the South, grew up poor, her parents are Mennonites, etc. Also accusing her of feeling threatened by Anna and forcing me to break up with her. Not nice stuff. Callie was pretty upset and had to deactivate her Facebook. Yeah, block this girl, man. Bill's pissed. I'm pissed, but there's nothing good that could come from me confronting Anna. I feel like such an a-hole for even bringing Anna around in the first place because none of it was worth all of this BS. Callie blames it on the fact that Anna grew up an only child in a wealthy family. I don't know if that's true or if Anna is just mean-spirited. Maybe it, could be kind of a both things.
Yeah.
Either way, I feel really guilty for being the source of all of this for Callie. By the way, you should never feel guilty for listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. And there is a little bit left of the story.
Good riddance, Anna's out of there.
Yeah, get Anna going.
Still confused why Anna doesn't like Callie.
Why the
She's just
animosity? There's so much
jealous.
animosity.
I think
don't
she's just
understand.
jealous
About
because
what,
Callie,
though?
Because Callie seems like so much cooler.
This is probably what she does. This
I
is
feel
probably
like-
what she does. She's just like, all right, I have to pick out things I hate about you.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I feel like when
10
you
Things I
have
Hate
this
About
type
You,
of
great
girl
movie.
or just type of person who is just incredibly jealous
Yeah.
and angry, and can't get along with other people, they will see someone who is well liked and just is very, good at things and maybe is pretty and just like has all of these like great qualities and just have to crap on them as much as possible.
I see.
Because it makes them feel better about themselves.
Got it.
But there is a little bit more to the story. Also, the Facebook messages spoil that Bill was going to propose. So that's a bummer. That sucks. Ooh, dude. Callie's dad is a jeweler and is resizing the ring, so he can't even give it to her yet. He was going to do it at Christmas, but I think he's going to do it at Thanksgiving instead. So there's a bit of a happy ending there. This got really long. I apologize. And there is no more to the story. That's it.
Could you check?
I'll check.
Dude.
Man.
I feel like if there's another update, you're going to have to get a restraining order against Anna.
Yeah.
I doubt
yeah.
it. I feel like with everything.
You don't
getting
think so?
blocked- I feel like just like blocking.
You think
Block.
Anna just wanted to get her rocks off doing that, and
She
that's
just wanted
it?
to
probably
be a troll on Facebook, and that's it.
And
that
then you
was the end
saw
of
that,
it.
you see that stuff, and you're like, you know what I can do?
Yeah. Blocker.
But let me check.
Bye.
Let me check.